So today we're going to learn a little bit about CodePen before we even start doing any sort of coding. Now, CodePen is an online text editor that you can use to actually type in your code and share it with others, which is why we'll be using it here in class. Now, to get started with CodePen is pretty easy. You just have to make sure to set up your account first. So from CodePen's homepage, which is codepen.io, you actually just click the sign up button here. And it'll give you options for plans. Now, you do not have to pay for a plan. You can actually use CodePen for free. So you tap to join CodePen for free here. And you type in your name, your username, email, and password to get started. Now, I already have my account, so I'm going to, in a new tab here, open up CodePen and just sign in. Now, my face is in the way, so I'm going to lower this down a little bit. Here's my login button. There we go. Click login, and I'll type in my email and my password. There we go. I'm into CodePen. Now, CodePen is pretty interesting because the first thing you see are your picked pens. So these are other pens that people are working on. Now, whenever you work on a set of code, it's called a pen. So for example, there's a pen over here for a CSS text clock. There's another one over here for a heart clip, which is pretty cool. But what we want to do is actually create our own pen so we can type our own code. So what I'm going to do is lower down my face again, and I'm going to click on the create button over here. And I'm going to choose new pen. Now again, remember, a code section is just a pen in CodePen. Now, right now, this is a really blank. It's a nice start canvas to start with. You see you have a section here to start typing in HTML, another section to start typing in CSS, and another section to start typing in JavaScript. Now, for our class, we won't be using JavaScript at all, so I'm actually going to hide this panel. So I'm going to click the drop down here and choose minimize. It goes away. And my CSS panel we actually won't be using until module 4, so I'm going to go ahead and hide this as well. I'm going to click on the drop down arrow and choose minimize. And now I have my HTML section here. So I can actually start typing in code directly. Now, don't worry if you've never typed in code before, that's fine. We're going to learn what all of this means in just a second. And this, of course, is going to be horrendous code, but I just want to get you guys to be able to see something really quick here on the screen. So I'm going to start by typing in a nice heading here, and I'm going to type in hello. Now, as soon as I do that, if you realize that at the bottom, I actually have a preview panel. So my preview panel will actually show me what my code is actually doing and what it'll look like in a web browser. So this is pretty awesome. Now, this is essentially what we'll be using CodePen for. We'll type in our code. We'll be able to see the changes and what it'll look like in a live web browser down below. Now, for my class purposes, I typically like changing my view so that I see my code on the left and my preview on the right, which I can actually do pretty easily. Up in the top here, there's a change view button. I'm going to click on that. And my editor layout is going to go over here to the left side. Except it's a little small for my code. That's really one of the most important pieces. So I'm probably going to click and drag this bar here in the middle, move it over to the center. There we go. So I have my HTML code on the left, and I have my preview window over here on the right. How exciting. So this is what we're actually going to do throughout the length of this course. Of course, our code will get a little bit more in depth. We're going to learn what every single tag means and what it does. And that's how we'll actually continue on for the rest of the course. Alright, so go ahead and continue on to the next section of the module. We're actually going to learn how the HTML tagging system works.